trying to take a look back into the base here. We do see a couple of extra factories going down, so maybe some heavy siege tank play coming out by Namma. That would be very interesting. MaNa keeping all of his units balled up here, trying to keep them out of the way. Maybe get up a giant death ball. You see that one High Templar in there, at least 2 High Templars, excuse me, going down. That storm just finished, and the amulet upgrade now going down. A couple of extra gateways. Namma continuing to put on this pressure, wants to try and take out this expansion, but really can't. His siege tanks need to be moved up forward, stemming up, trying to take that out. Maybe bait MaNa into fighting this fight, and ooh, some great job sniping there by the Colossi. Needs to be careful. Both players need to be extremely careful here. Stemming forward, picking off some probes with those Marauders. Not the best units to pick off probes with, but you know, he's trying to put on as much pressure as he can. Moving up with those siege tanks here. Now those charge lots out, and amulet almost finished. He is gonna need those High Templars to do tons of damage. You see there, taking out that assimilator is gonna be a pretty big hit. Also that scan going down, a great job. He needs to be careful, doesn't want to lose that Viking. Ooh, man, this is a great push here by Namma, inching his way forward. But MaNa doing a good job macroing up, trying to stay up on that, and Storm going down there, taking out quite a few units. Looks like he does have plenty of High Templar out, and here comes MaNa pushing forward now. Needs to get those storms down, those charged zealots coming down, doing so much damage to those tanks. That's going to be key. Those Colossi in the back. One gets picked off by the Vikings, and so much damage. Wow, only one storm going down, it looks like. MaNa here just having enough for those storms. I'm surprised he doesn't throw them down. Looks like a couple more High Templars morphed in here, and MaNa really running off 2 base. No player choosing to take an expansion. That could come back to bite one of them. But then here comes another push by Namma. MaNa pushing forward, actually doing quite a bit of damage with those Colossi. Needs to focus fire down those Vikings if he can. See those huge storms going on there. Oh, it looks like finally those High Templars are taking out so much chrono boost saved up. You see MaNa mined out in his base, going to the unit counting station. So many probes, looks like it could have backfired on him, just doing so much damage. In the meantime, Stem coming up here. Namma just doing a good job trying to keep up that harassment, and this contain is looking kind of weak, surprisingly. Not very many infantry units for Namma. Needs to be sure they're out there. You see here plenty of units coming forward, and all these probes transferring to one base now. MaNa in a very awkward position. Looks like both players very even. Those Colossi moving forward, and MaNa just doing a good job trying to keep up here. Needs to see those storms taken down. That point defense drone doing so much damage. MaNa coming up doing, oh man, those storms going down. What a great storm there, taking out quite a bit of health there from the infantry units, and MaNa not having enough to keep that up, salvaging those bunkers. You see it going down. So MaNa doing a great job there, just holding on and pushing his opponent out of his base. But looking at the food counts, we are still pretty even. MaNa needs to get another base up, though. This one will be mined out soon. You see, running extremely low on minerals. Both players actually need to get a second base up. It looks like that is exactly what Namma's going to do. Target firing those destructible rocks. And looking at the upgrades, doesn't look like either player has chosen to go for any upgrades at all yet. Not sure if that's a mistake or not, but MaNa doing a great job here. Looks like he is gearing up for expand. You see him gathering up those minerals with one probe right here. And I love this play by Namma, just keeping spotter Marines out and about, trying to do as much scouting as he can and trying to prevent as many expansions as he can. You see that Nexus going down. If we look on the Namma's vision right now, he does not see that Nexus, but there's a perfectly timed scan. He now sees the Nexus going down. I would expect him to deny that and keep himself in the game here. In the meantime, I love this unit composition from MaNa. Zealot, Stalker, and High Templars along with those Colossi. He needs to be extremely frugal with his units, though, because looks like Namma is gonna be pulling his supply depot from his main and just throwing it down at that gold expansion. That is going to give him a huge up here. You see that the gold for MaNa just about halfway finished. Looks like Namma in a really great position. Could end up winning this game and sweeping this series 3-0. MaNa doing a good job. Looks like he is transferring those probes over here. Wants to get this up as soon as possible. And wow, look at that unit, that tank count. 10 tanks out for Namma, just doing so much damage. Sieging up, moving up forward, and as I said, MaNa just has to be really careful here. The food differential not that far apart, and MaNa just gonna stem forward. Looks like he might be able to take out this expansion. Now MaNa with some really low reaction time, and sniping that Nexus is gonna be huge. You see an instant Nexus thrown down by MaNa, but wow, that is huge. Namma now going to be in a really big lead. You see him mining from his gold happily, and meanwhile it looks like MaNa is almost mined out at his natural now. Both players only on this gold expansion. MaNa, forcing himself to long range mine, and great tank spread here from Namma, just doing a great job. You see that one observer out here getting a good scouting down, and MaNa is not going to be happy to see what he sees. 170 food to 153. That is not very good. So many resources being lost here. That was a great job sniping that Nexus down. Looks like he might be gearing up for another snipe. Stimming forward with those Marauders. MaNa needs to get his entire army here. So much spread out. Great storms and a lot of feedbacks going down. You see those medevacs now in such low health, and another great storm picking off one medevac. That is a great job there with those, using those high Templars to the best of his abilities. And MaNa, as I said, needs to be very careful and very frugal, as he does not have any bases up. You see both bases completely mined out now for MaNa, forcing that long range mine, and now you see the Nexus finally up. The scan does know that, and it looks like he is preparing to move out. Looks like these siege tanks will be moving up. He needs to be careful with their placement, as if he engages this army without those siege tanks sieged up, he will end up losing. Looks like Namma doing a good job. Gonna try and snipe off that, but wow, look at those huge storms doing massive amounts of damage. Great job. So many storms. He does manage to pick off that Nexus though. MaNa really behind now. Just, oh man, that's going to be so hard to deal with. It looks like he is going to have to force himself to push out with this ball of units and do tons of damage here. A great job moving those Stalkers in, or excuse me, I'm sorry, I did miss that, but moving those Zealots in to just do some harassment there by MaNa. I love that play. Forcing Namma to quit mining for just a little while and holding this Xel'Naga tower, trying to get as much vision as he can. You see him building up those resources. Looks like he might be pushing down here. Looks like he is deciding to go down there. One storm going down. That's a great job. Two storms. These storms are very crucial. Going down on those siege tanks, taking so much damage. You see those charge lots just pushing forward. And Stalkers, so many high Templar out here. Great storms by MaNa, taking out doing so much damage to Namma. You see his army just evaporating, those siege tanks not being able to do very much damage at all, and forcing him to pull off all those SCVs to start repairing. And wow, taking a look at the army station, the unit station, we have five Marauders left for Namma. He's really going to have to start getting those infantry back up. Not sure if I agree with that play. You see the +2 infantry weapons and +1 armor, but a great job leveling out the playing field there by MaNa. You see now Namma down 75 food to 93 for MaNa. So wow, I just can't compliment that enough. Looks like Namma is going to go ahead and try and re-expand here. That will be very crucial, getting up that second expansion. If he can keep that up, he will be doing quite a bit better. Looks like another scan did go down. Checking to see if that Nexus is up. It is not quite up yet, but yeah, Namma just really quite a bit behind there. There's so many great storms and so much lack of control there a little bit by Namma, just not able to move out of those storms and move back into his giant siege tank line, and losing so many units. So MaNa with great timing on that push as well. So I would expect to see maybe a second expansion or something like that from MaNa, as he did do so much damage here. And those mules being called down now, going to the resource counting station. We do see our Terran player just a little bit ahead, but going to the unit station, wow, quite a few SCVs lost in the attack here. You see this not very saturated, this expansion not very saturated at all. I think a lot of that was lost to those storms. So yeah, interesting. And looking at the APMs here, we do see MaNa, both of them operating around the same 210 APM, which is absolutely enormous. And I love this play by MaNa, sending just one Zealot here to do some harassment. He's going to have to pull off so many probes to take care of this, and one Zealot is going to be able to take down 3, maybe 4 SCVs. Wow, and now MaNa using this opportunity to push ahead, try and do some damage here. MaNa not really prepared for that, having to lift off this command center. That's going to be a pretty important thing here. You see all of these SCVs not being able to do anything, and the SCV count's so low right now from Namma. He does not want to lose any of those. A little bit of a misplay there by MaNa, just not able to attack those SCVs. I would like to see that happen, but so many tanks that we see still with 7 tanks. I do like the fact that he's adding in that Banshee. You see very, very few Stalkers out right now for MaNa, and great job by MaNa, sneaking up that High Templar there, warping in units, and just doing so much damage, preventing Namma to from mining it all. And another storm is available right now. Would expect him to, oh, excuse me, it is not available quite yet, but yeah, Namma trying to battle his way back into this game, actually quite a bit behind now. Taking a look at the food, we see 110 to 149 by MaNa, so a great job macroing up by MaNa and staying in this game when it looked like he was so far behind. I am very, very impressed, and yeah, so both players playing excellently here. So looks like MaNa just doing as much harassment as you can. You see this High Templar moving in there for another storm. How many kills on that? 6 kills on that one High Templar. That is absolutely huge. Namma looks like he will be expansion to the more safe expansion, just moving down here, going to try and get as much minerals as he can. He is a little bit behind those storms, doing so much damage to him. Perhaps being a little bit too passive here. Looks like he will be trying to move out. And taking a look at the upgrades, MaNa still with no upgrades. Oh, excuse me, a +2 ground force upgrade. I really like that. And Namma not really able. He has the +2 weapons upgrade, but and just the +1 armor. And looks like a big engagement here. Looks like MaNa going to be able to force up. Look at all those storms going down. Those charge zealots doing so much damage, being able to surround those tanks quickly. And huge storms doing massive damage here to Namma. And MaNa may be able to come back and finish off this game right here. MaNa down 2-0. Needs to have this, and there's the GG from Namma. Great control there by MaNa from staying in this game, getting up that gold quite well. Wow, what a great game, and I cannot wait to cast Game 4. Once again, this was Game 3 of the DreamHack Files between MouzMaNa and MouzNamma. You are watching SC2 Janitor's Casts. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. If you like what you see, please do go ahead and subscribe. I would appreciate that very much, and yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for Game 4.